I know you're just getting used to your new home. I know your roots are, all happy in the ground down here. But I've got a brand new space for you, a whole brand new spot. And I can't wait to show you too. So let me put you down, let me grab a shovel, and let's get these 2 plants potted up for the big surprise. By the way, before I do this, I just want to endorse this tiny little shovel. I use it probably more than any other tool that I have in the garden here. I just love this thing. Maybe a little extra dirt around the edges. And again, no, you can't spoil the surprise. I won't tell you ahead of time. But you won't need to wonder too much longer, because we're almost done here. You're gonna get a much smaller pot to live in, but that's because you're a much smaller plant. Throw a wriggly worm in there. You think so? Okay. Just because we're moving these 2 plants over here, have no fear. It's just gonna open something up over there. It's gonna open up a whole new experience for us to enjoy. We've got these 2 planted up. Actually came up with one little bonus thought on the way out. I've got a couple succulents over in the greenhouse over here, and I've got a couple extra pots, so I think I'm gonna head over there. Sometimes I do shots where I'm walking like I'm in a video game. We'll be back into the greenhouse backwards. Now you 3, you're staying here for a while. Don't worry, I've got a special place in mind for you 2. I'm just not sure exactly where yet. And you 2, you're who are coming with me. Pot may be slightly too small for this one, but it's all I got at the moment. We'll just have to make it work. And hey, coming soon to a video near you. Transplanting the succulent that was always a little too large for its new potted home. The only thing left to do is to throw these things in my car and get a little closer to the surprise. And just like that, in the car. Now let me grab those plants. Boop. Boop, boop, boop. All right, you 3 hold each other tight, keep each other company. You big boy down there, hey, I think you'll be all right on your own. It's a short little journey. And we'll be there soon. Wave goodbye, my friends. How's everyone hanging up back there? You guys holding each other tight? Keeping each other company? It's kind of like a vacation. In fact, I was just on a vacation. That's what inspired this whole transformation. Are you excited? I'm excited to show you. Hey now, I thought I told you guys to hold on to each other. You guys doing all right over here? They seem to be doing okay. To sum it all up, I was down in Florida, I was surrounded by beautiful tropical plants, and it inspired me so much that I had to come home and create a whole new space. Let's close our eyes and I'll reveal the surprise to you. Welcome to the porch. Don't mind all this stuff in the front. The real magic is what's behind there. I was recently on a vacation in Florida and I was surrounded by tropical plants. And they inspired me so much that I needed to have a space to start a whole new collection, to start a whole new place where I could, introduce myself to just a new sort of alien variety of plants, like this little guy right here. Maybe this little one right here, or one of my favorites, that palm right in the back there. One of the things that I love about garden videos is that when people point out their different plants, like this one or this one, they're always saying the name. Sometimes they even display that name on the screen. It's nice to know what a plant's called, but I know where my faults are. And my strengths are definitely not in memorizing the names of hundreds of plants. So what I've decided to do for my videos is I've decided that instead of embarrassingly trying to point out the names and all of that sort of thing, I'm going to use fancy editing tricks. And whenever I've got a plant like this guy in the screen, well, I'll have a little name popping up on there somewhere. I'll do it in the editing. So that was just kind of one of those light bulb moments that popped into my head today. And let me know if you like that. But let's get back to the plant tour. I chose this one just because of its beautiful color. I mean, you can't deny that. And then this one right back here, well, I just love the name of that guy. One of the problems I've always had with the forest garden is that it's just such a big, expansive space. Every little project I do in there makes such a minute little change to the place. But the beautiful thing about having a porch space like this is that every little change I make, every little plant I add, every little color I put in there, every little thing I do to this porch is going to make such a drastic impact on the final look because it's just such a smaller space. Don't worry, I'm going to give you one more tour. But before that, maybe you can help me place our new plants that we just took from the forest garden. I think we'll start with these palms, if they even are palms. Like I said, I'll use fancy editing to put the names or whatever these things are on the screen. Boop. See, I told you we were gonna have fun placing plants all over the place, deciding where new things went, where to move old things to make place for the new. I wanted to fill in right here and right here by my two little moose statues there. The front portion of the porch was looking a little bit bare. Right in there, maybe. There we go. That's looking pretty nice. Now, similar to planting plants in the ground in a big garden bed or a raised bed or whatever you're doing, on a porch it's a little different, but it's still the same. You're still working with different levels and layers, and you're trying to create focal points and interest with your plants. The tricky thing about this more urban, porch gardening thing is that every single bit of real estate, every single little bit of space is so valuable because we have so little. So not only is every little plant that we place so important, but where we place those plants, what plants we place in front of them so as not to hide the ones behind it, or even the stuff back there, all of those things, all of those little details are playing such an important role in the overall picture perfect porch that we're trying to create here. I didn't forget about you. I've got some plants waiting for you too. Maybe we'll put this other little bit smaller guy right here on the side. It's almost as if our two little moose are hanging out in their own little succulent forest. We're not done. We've got all of this space in here, all of this valuable real estate right in front of the moose that we can fill up with plants. And that's what I want to do with every single plant I place, is I want to inspire that next thought. I want to inspire the next idea of what can go there, or what can go in that back corner. Or, maybe we could have something crawling all over the brick back there. Do you kind of understand what I'm saying? A new type of space to play with, a new type of world to dive into, a new rabbit hole to fall down further than we've ever fallen before. This is going to be our porch space. So do one more quick tour through the porch. It's so small, I almost don't know when to stop touring. But don't you just love that, how small it is? Can you just imagine when this thing is starting to get full of plants? I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't want to see any of that open space out there. True art is defined by constraints. It's defined by, in our case, a porch or a small area. It's defined by guidelines. The point is that, at least in my opinion, all great art is defined by constraints, and that's exactly what this thing behind us is. It's a tiny little space where everything we do matters. But in the same way, the beautiful thing about all of this is that none of it really matters. And I think that's the way that we're going to end this one.